All right, back with hand 6 here. We have 12 points, so we're again in that situation where West has 4 to 12, North has 4 to 12, East has 4 to 12. At this point, I can hear a few of you saying, "Oh, Lance, how's this ever going to help us in our real bridge game? Because, at the real club, you don't have that stipulation that, you have the most high card points at the table." And the answer is like, yeah, I understand that, but we're just kind of isolating, thinking about what the other hands are. It's a little bit different in this format. It's a hybrid of bridge, I suppose you could say, but the, there's nothing different about the process you should be going through on each hand than what I'm doing here. We just have a little extra help here, right? So uh, we know that everyone at the table but us has between 4 and 12. We know that we have an opening hand of 1 club. Let's find that. Partner bids the spade. So we know that North has 4 plus spades. We are going to rebid a no trump with this. We have a balanced shape and we have 11 to 14 points. Partner bids 2 hearts. What do we think this is? 4 plus hearts, 5 spades, 6 to 11 total points. We should take a preference back to spades. And that ought to be the end of the auction. And we are playing our 8-card fit at the 2 level with less than game values. That always tends to be a good thing. Let's write down the 2 hands here. North has King Jack 10 5th, Ace Jack 4th, 2 small, 2 small. South has 3 small, Queen and 1, Ace 10 3rd, King Queen Jack 5th. North hand has 9 points, South hand has 12. That leaves our opponents with 19 total, which means that they've each got to have between 7 and 12. This way. So give West 7 to 12. We're going to give East 7 to 12. And yeah, and East leads the 4 of hearts. We watch for the 3 and the 2 here. We see that we've got one of them, which means that East has at maximum a 5-card heart suit. It can't be a 6-card heart suit because the 4 would be 4th best, and the only spot lower than the 4 that's outstanding is the 3. And again, bots don't like to lead away from king, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is from 2 or 3 small. Still have that nagging question of what the bots lead from 3 small that I'm not sure what the answer is. So East leads the heart 4. And it's time to count tricks. Let's see. We have 2 hearts on this lead. We can try and rough a couple of hearts in the dummy. That seems like a good idea. We can set up club tricks, and we ought to do that before they knock out the ace of diamonds. So I think the right answer here, and we don't have to be in any particular hand, so I can just play small from the dummy and win that trick in hand with either the ace or the jack. I don't need to play the queen here. But what we're going to do at trick 2 is play a club and try and set up that suit. We are not going to draw trump yet. There's too much flexibility of this hand to draw trump and get stuck, either cut off from the clubs or the diamond loser or heart losers in our hand. This is enough of a plan until we figure out what they return when they win the ace of clubs. Okay, so 4, 6. West shows up with the heart 10. That should mean that East has the heart 9 because West would have played the 9 for 9-10. In general, you're not going to false card on defense because you don't want to fool your partner. So you can tend to trust these cards more than like if the bots are declaring or winning a trick 4th hand, then they might not necessarily win the lowest of equals. So what that also tells us is that East has a 3rd heart, because if he's got the 9 and the 4, he would have led the 9 from only 2 of them. That means that there must be a little brother or sister in there, right? And like I say, it's super weird for the bots to lead into declares known suit away from a king. So I'm going to tend to put that heart king with West. And we'll win the jack and continue with what we said we're going to do, which is play clubs. We're going to take pause here. West won the ace of clubs. Club ace. And we know the East had club X. Here comes the queen of diamonds back, which means that West probably has diamond queen jack something. And that East probably has diamond king something. If we look at the points that have shown up here, it looks like West has already shown up with about 10 points, right? Queen, jack of diamonds, king of hearts by inference, and the ace of clubs that we've seen, which means that he doesn't have room for the ace of spades. So we would tend to put the spade ace with East. And again, like, just get in the practice of building up a picture of the opponent's hands. Sometimes it's going to be actionable. Probably less often it's going to be not actionable. But the thing is, like, you never know. So you've got to get in the habit of doing this because it's going to pay dividends on plenty of hands to make it worth your while. All right, so we're going to win the ace of diamonds, and I believe we're going to play a couple of rounds of clubs to try and get rid of that diamond, and then we'll reevaluate. It's the 9 of diamonds. I'm not sure that means anything, but we'll go ahead and put it in there. Play off club, it will follow. We pretty much knew that East would follow that just because, I mean, math, but also he didn't lead a singleton club. We'll play the jack of clubs and pitch the 7 of diamonds no matter what happens. Give up on the beer for this hand. Okay, so it turns out West had 4 clubs. West had ace 4th of clubs, which gave East 2 small. And we saw East rough that with the deuce and then continue with the ace. So he's trying to cut down our roughs here. We see West follow with the 6. It seems highly likely that he would have played another spade if he had one at that point, if he was going to bother to lay down the ace of spades. It seems like it would have been logical to continue a spade if he had one, so I'm going to tend to give West queen 3rd of spades. We know the spade suit now, we know the club suit now, and we know a fair amount about the diamonds and hearts. Oh, it's also possible, let's see, back to that 4 of hearts lead. It's possible it was from singleton, but that would give East only 2 clubs and 2, that doesn't make any sense. The hearts are going to be breaking 4-3 here. Okay, so there's the king of diamonds we already knew about. We need to rough this. It's good practice to leave yourself with the 8 because later on, and it's not going to matter on this hand, but pretend you were just playing the suit in isolation. You would want to be able to lead the 9 from the dummy and underplay the 8 such that the lead would be retained in the south hand. So get in the habit of doing that stuff. And I think it's just ace of hearts, rough a heart. There's the king. That's interesting. We're still missing the 9 and 1. Play a heart and it gets roughed, and there's nothing we can do about it, right? He roughs, he's roughing with his natural trump trick. That's good. We'll play the small one here just in case. Let's see, we've seen the 10, the king. Yeah, we'll play a small one. Oh, we also think that East had the 9, so this king's a real card. So I think we've got the hands now. West had queen 3rd, king and 1, queen jack, 4th of diamonds, and ace 4th of clubs, which gave East ace and 1, 4 to the 9, king 4th of diamonds, 2 small clubs. I'm missing a card here. What card am I missing? We had 8 diamonds. He had 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, and East actually had 5 hearts, 2, 5, 4, 2, and that makes sense with everything that we've seen. Okay, what's it do for us? Nothing that I know of. This is going to get overruffed by the queen, and he'll return his last trump. We'll be stuck with a heart loser. We'll lose the 8 of hearts to the 9 in the end. We're going to see how our score changes. And we will move on to board 7. 57.9% changes to 57.1. Okay, so it went down a little bit. Stop board 6 video and show up at board 7 in just a second.